Hello, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, today may be Friday the 13th when we're recording this at least, but I can assure you it is a very lucky day in all of our lives. Friday the 13th, June 2014 is the day to be remembered because E3 is now over, and we're back for our discussion video on how things went down versus our predictions. So, Jeremy, you want to do some explaining, I'm sure.
I am Jeremy, and this is Alex, and about a month ago we did a pre-E3 video discussing what we thought we were going to see at E3, and now that E3 has happened and we were mostly wrong, we're here to discuss what we did see at E3. So yeah, what we're first gonna discuss, and this basically, we're gonna discuss Smash Brothers first, and E3 this
Jeremy,
year
I can
was...
hear the excitedness in your voice. You are so positively filled with energy today.
Yay!
Oh, okay.
This E3 was basically Smash Brothers. It was...
God damn it.
I swear to God, Alex.
Nobody's gonna get that. No, it's just gonna...
Oh my God, how unprofessional.
We are very unprofessional people. Alright, so moving on.
So
basically, E3 2014 was 50% Smash and 50% things people don't care about.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what we got on this, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we got a list of topics to talk about, and this is an extensive
And so, yeah,
list.
first Smash Brothers, and the first thing they announced for Smash Brothers was the Mii Fighters.
And look at the Mii Fighters. They've got faces on them of Reggie, and don't you want Team Reggie?
I feel like you know about the petition to get Reggie in Smash Brothers, and Nintendo said if it got enough signatures, they'll consider it. I feel this is their way of saying, yeah, we knew this was gonna happen all along. This is Reggie in Smash Brothers, everybody.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
They should be like downloadable things. Like you can, you can download Mii's as it is, but like. Should be like, we're throwing out a promotion where like Reggie only things or like Reggie special moves.
No, they wouldn't do that.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah, so my gut reaction of the Mii Fighters is like everyone like kind of expected the Mii Fighters. Like they were on a lot of like not top 10s, but prediction lists. But not that many people really wanted to see them.
I disagree.
Not that many people really, a lot of people like this. A lot of people like this, but a lot of people are like, alright, I don't mind. I'm never gonna play as the Miis.
Well, yeah, but I like the idea of the Miis mostly. It's just the idea of, like, that you have, like, the Smash Bros. Characters, that you have Mario there, and then Pikachu there, and then Mega Man, and then it's, like, standing next to that is you, and it's, like, the idea that you're in the universe. I don't know, like, I feel like it's a cool idea, and I think that that's kind of, like, what made Mii's really cool.
So I'll play as them, I'll mess around with them, I'll customize them, because they're very customizable, which is cool. You can't play on them as online, so no one's gonna get that much action, because this game's gonna be all about online this time around.
Because there's gonna be, like, little to no lag, as far as I'm concerned, because, like...
As far as we know.
Because Mario Kart 8 is, like, no lag online, so... This game should be really good, because, like, Super Smash Bros. Brawl had great online, but it was kind of laggy, so,
It was terrible online. Shut up.
Sorry.
No one, at least I never used it, like, because I just couldn't. But yeah,
I tried it the other day. I was just like, maybe this isn't as bad as I remember, and I was like, yep, I can't play this. But I won every game I played.
You can't do it anymore.
You really can't.
It's been canceled.
So the characters, the first character announced was the Mii, and we have 3 different kinds of Miis. We have the Mii Fighter, which is kind of like Little Mac. We have the Mii Swordsman, which is kind of like Link, and the Mii Gunner, which is kind of like Samus. So
they
Jeremy wants to tell us his opinions. Jeremy, tell us.
They have a lot of moves that are like these characters, like the punching. There was the
keyword kind of.
There was that
That's 2.
bomb rocket thing that the gunner had that was exactly like one of Samus's moves, but they also have a lot of moves that aren't like these characters, and if you customize them the right way, you could have those moves instead of the others. But as I said, these aren't going to be seen competitively, they're not going to be seen online, they're merely going to be fun with your friends kind of character, like to see who's got the better Mii. I don't know.
Alright, so the second character that was announced at E3...
It is the best character that they could have announced. She was on the top of my list. Number 1, Palutena from Kid Icarus.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so excited they finally announced her. And they've been teasing her for a while. There was a leak, which I'm not sure the leak is that true.
I honestly, like, if you go back and, like, you compare resolution of that Palutena to the one that we can now see, maybe you could find that it was actually, in fact, a fake. But
no,
regardless, we have Palutena.
Why I think it's a leak is there was this pin on her dress that was a Starman from Mario. That at least I can't find it on her now that we have the true model. So I'm thinking, whatever, it happened. Palutena's in Smash, and she looks awesome. She's got all the moves like that you could like basically the special powers from Kid Icarus that were mainly used online.
Well, that's got me thinking though, because like I like that idea that she's mostly power based while Pit is mostly like weapon based. But that's gotten me thinking, of course. A lot of Pit's attacks, and you see them, are a lot of these light weapons, like he's got his bow, which you can run around in really fast. You've got arms, which don't have great range, but
he only has the upper dash arm.
But yeah, but he's got like these light weapons, and at the end of Palutena's trailer, of course.
Oh, there's Dark Pit.
There was Dark Pit.
You think Dark Pit's gonna be a character? I don't.
I think Dark Pit could be a character. It's always an option. At the very least, I think he'll get some kind of assist trophy, like Shadow the Hedgehog did. But I think that Dark Pit could very well make an appearance holding the heavier weapons. He could hold the staves and the clubs and the cannons.
Well, one of the clubs is already an item, and a cannon is an item. But no, I think Dark Pit's definitely gonna have some sort of thing to do that's more than just like I don't know. I think he might be a boss character like we've seen with the Yellow Devil.
That'd be cool.
He would obviously be in Palutena's temple.
Well,
or
I'd say Chaos Kin for Palutena's temple. That'd be
no, but they've already hinted at Dark Pit, so if I think anything, he's probably going to be a boss character. I don't think they're going to make him a full character because he looks just too much like Pit. And you know, you already have like the skin for Pit.
Yeah, I was wondering how customizable options are gonna work in this game.
So like, yeah, he looks way too much like Pit since he basically is a clone of Pit. So I don't think they're gonna make him a full character. I think that wouldn't work. But he's definitely gonna make some sort of bigger appearance than just like a background detail or just this trailer image. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for Palutena. Her final smash didn't look as cool as it could have been, but it does look very powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Black Hole Mega Laser. And she's also gonna be very customizable. Like, we heard that, you know, characters are gonna have 3 variations for each of their special moves. She's not gonna have that. She's just gonna have different special moves that you could customize. I'm pretty sure you could still play as her online, and maybe she might be tournament banned just because for that reason, which might suck, but hell, I don't know.
Whatever.
But I'm definitely really looking forward to her. She was at the top of my list. I'm super excited to see her finally announced. And she had to make it in. It's a Sakurai game.
She did.
And Kid Icarus is already getting so much love in this game with all of the enemies in Smash Run, all of the Kid Icarus items.
I mean, Kid Icarus was just a massive game, and it's the same people that are working on it, so they've got such a large pool to pull from. So, moving on from Palutena, before Jeremy gushes over too long.
Even though I love Palutena and she was at the top of my list, I think this next character is the biggest announcement. It's PacMan. PacMan's in Smash Brothers. This is... You've got the 4 biggest faces of retro gaming now in Smash Brothers: Mario, Mega Man, Sonic, and Pac-Man.
And
it is great. Well, yeah, Galaga's like
right?
No, he's like a move of Pac-Man.
He is? I thought there was a Galaga item. Or something.
No, there's like a special flag, which we're still not sure what it does, but like Pac-Man could like summon the Galaga aliens.
Yeah, I love it. I love the retro references. I think that's my favorite part about Pac-Man. Is not even the fact that he's Pac-Man, but the fact that he has all these retro references.
Retro Pac-Man. He's not Pac-Man and the Ghostly Avengers Pac-Man. He's retro Pac-Man. Well, they had to give him the arms and legs.
So he could fight like a regular character.
Yeah,
he could run around.
He's mainly pulled from the game Pac-Land, which was an arcade game
that nobody cared about.
That I've never even heard of, and I even looked it up like right before coming here. It looks like graphically, it looks like it was made in MS Paint. Like you even say, did you see the stage, the Pac-Land stage?
Oh yeah,
That it looks like it's made in MS Paint. Like, geez, like, and the game itself doesn't look that good, but whatever. You know, he's got a fire hydrant move from Pac-Land. He's his retro appearance, and it looks awesome, and I can't wait to play as Pac-Man.
Interesting combos though, and like, a lot of Pac-Man's combos, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems like they're difficult to pull off. Like, you need your opponent to be in just the right place at the right time, and you also need to be not being hit by anybody else while you're doing it. Like, particularly that fire hydrant move. Like, I recall there being, like, some kind of, like, knockback, and then he, like, also sends it flying at them, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he could like, punch it, and then it would, you know, just go flying somewhere. But I'm really confused about the summoning move, where he summons just some, like, random Namco thing.
Well, like, it's not like we've seen some off-the-wall moves from characters before. Mr. Game & Watch had some really weird off-the-wall
and
moves.
I think the theme with all these newest characters is they are really off-the-wall. And, yeah, I'm just really excited to see just how he works, and I'm excited to play as him.
Alright, so, moving on from that, just
From characters, gameplay, we saw a lot of the stages, like, fully. We know how they work. I think all of them look awesome, except for like the Fire Emblem Coliseum in the Wii U version. That kind of seems dull to me. Like, it has platforms that raise up, sure, whatever, but, you know, it's like it's a Final Destination type stage, and I don't really care for it much. But every other stage looks really cool.
I agree, the stages look really good this time around. But something I want to bring up in terms of gameplay, and just something that's been kind of nagging at me, like, will this work? Will this work? And apparently I've heard from some people that they are also concerned, who, people have put out reports, because they've picked a few select people just randomly to, actually get to play the 3DS version so far. Like, they had demos of the Wii U version over the course of E3 at select places, which we didn't get to go to, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Best Buy.
Apparently they also let select people just randomly play the, 3DS version. And something about the 3DS version that's concerning me, that's apparently a valid concern, is that, just for example, on a GameCube controller, when you mash the B button, it's not, like, it's almost like a satisfying click. It's like, you know you're mashing a button, but I feel like you don't get that kind of satisfaction on, like, a handheld controller. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I feel like the buttons are more shallow, and it's, like, kind of a it's a difficult adjustment to make.
It's not a complaint I've ever really heard from anyone, but yeah, there have been a lot of
apparently it's a weird adjustment.
Worries about just the 3DS controller in general.
I'm also worried about lag on the 3DS.
Yeah, and no, I think it's the controller itself, the joystick has a bit of lag to it.
Exactly.
And of course, we're probably going to be playing that Wii U version a lot more. And the Wii U version has all those control options that the 3DS doesn't have. So there are those concerns, but, you know, there's no real way around it. And it was already a guarantee that the Wii U version would probably have been played more anyway.
Once it comes out, and people have to actually buy Wii U's to play it, you know, because...
Yeah, but, other gameplay-wise, they showed off a lot of Smash Run, but not really that much new. It still looks great. I still can't wait for it. Is there any more? The 3DS, the 3DS stages just look like they're doing a lot more, like, I don't know, gimmicks than most of the Wii U versions. Like, I don't know, there's that Mario Bros. 2 stage that was just announced for E3.
Oh, yeah.
The Golden Plains, where if you get, like, 100 coins, you turn golden. And then there's, like, the balloon fight stage, where if you go off the side, you'll come on the other side. And they're probably doing something weird with that PacMan stage that looks really awesome.
I like it. Like, the ghosts will run around and they'll knock you upside the head like the Koopa Turtles did.
You could also eat the pellets. So I think, like, if you eat enough pellets, something will happen.
Well, yeah, but the point system in the Donkey Kong stage did nothing. So
yeah. But I mean, the coin system is doing something. So
I wish the Donkey Kong stage, though. I wish that stage had like some purpose to the points, like. Just something along the lines of, like, maybe even, like, as subtle as your high score from each game, like, stays up there. Like, that'd be cool, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah,
to
Amiibo, which we said we probably weren't going to see Amiibo for this game, but we did. Luckily, not how we thought it would have worked, where you need to buy a character to unlock it. And, yeah, we didn't think it was ever going to do that. It's doing something weird, though.
I was concerned about it. Like I heard before I saw that there were going to be like figurine characters like that, and I was like, you know, it's a great idea in concept, but I can't see it working. The way they did it is like absolutely, I love it. Like I fell in love with it.
You like how they're doing it?
I do.
Where you could just spawn in a CPU character randomly, and it'll fight, maybe even for you. Like, I don't see the point. If you wanted a computer character, why didn't you just set computers on?
Well, I agree with that, and like that part I think is a little bit ridiculous and redundant. But I like the idea that they then came up with of you can you can like train your character.
Yeah.
And like the leveling up
I think
system.
you'd know more about that
I mean,
than me.
I'm an RPG kind of guy, so that's me. But I just like the idea that you can like train them, and it's like, oh, it's my own baby Link, and I can raise him to be super strong, and he'll be the best Link that there ever was.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I don't think
it's the very best, like no one ever was.
Yeah, you had to. I don't think it's so super major that they have to have these figures for it.
Me either.
But heck, the figures are gonna work with other games, so it's like, yeah, we might as well put it in Smash Brothers too.
I also like the idea that like, and I think it's dissatisfying that you put one Amiibo figure on each side of the Wii U pad. That's how you get two on at once. And I think that that's stupid because, come on, give us more Wii U pads. Let us finally use 2 Wii U pads.
That would be super expensive though, because they're $70 each.
You own one, I own one. Bring it over to my house. We put our things down, and then they battle each other.
But
that I think is actually a really cool idea. You train your Amiibo, you make him super strong, and then you pit him against your friends, and you see.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's like, who's trained
It also guarantees that if you want to use the game pad as a controller, too bad. But hell, everyone's going to be using the GameCube controller.
Yeah, really. They announced it, and there's no going
I don't think there was even an option in the Smash Brothers tournament. Like, they just had GameCube controllers.
Well, yeah, because everybody wants one.
Yeah, I know, but like, what if there was the one guy that's like, actually, I play with the Wii remote? No. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's Smash Brothers. Looks good. Can't wait to grab it and touch it.
Wow.
And I'm still rewatching that PacMan video.
Yeah, I love that.
I love the trailer.
Blue. The red, blue, yellow thing. I like that.
And I have the picture of all 4 characters: Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man. I have them. Have that picture saved in my computer, titled "The Most Legendary Moment in Gaming." Okay, so next, Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh boy.
Which we've known about for like what, a year and a half now, but we never saw
we never
anything
knew where it was
of.
going.
Yeah, we saw like just a small trailer and then a few screenshots, and then it disappeared for a year. And now it's back, and it's got a new title, which is whatever. I don't really care much for the title.
First of all, I just want to comment about it. It's not connected to Kirby's Epic Yarn, which I think is a disappointment.
Well, it's made by the same team.
Yeah, but I would have loved to have seen, like, Prince, whatever his name is,
Prince
who I never
Fluff.
remember. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him back and being like, just make it more of like the interconnected universe.
Well, it's like
of
a different
Nintendo.
kind of yarn. They've gone more into it.
But I'd like
with
to like
the
see
design.
But then you could see other characters come back and play here, and this is gonna sound absolutely stupid, but I thought of it during the day today, and I was like, that actually is not in theory it's a bad idea, but then you think about it. Think about putting Samus in that world, which sounds stupid because it's a fluffy world, and then you put gun-shooting Samus in there. But think about it, it's a 2D platformer, and just like imagine like the idea of Samus in a 2D platformer. Like you got like the in Super Smash Bros. When she has like the laser whip that like gets her back on the stage. That could be a thing.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, but I think like despite the fluffy and attractive nature of it, I think it could be a cool idea for like a Samus 2D platformer, which we haven't seen forever.
Samus's Woolly World coming to your Wii U in 2016.
I'm just saying.
Yarn Metroid. That's funny. I know
it sounds ridiculous.
I think this game is the game Yoshi needed instead of Yoshi's New Island.
Oh yeah.
Cause I had no interest in New Island.
Me
It looked
either.
like it was basically just Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Island DS, but with a new art style and just different levels. And I just couldn't have any interest in it. But this, it keeps the Yoshi's Island, style of gameplay, but it introduces so many more concepts and new ideas that, you need with a sequel and you need with a new game,
First of all, I love the graphics.
Oh yeah, they look
amazing. The graphics
amazing.
look like this is like hands down the best Wii U game I've seen. Period.
Really?
This might be the best game I've ever seen. Because just like the way they integrated the art style, I just gush over it. Like, cause it didn't have to be realistic, but like it's almost like this semi-realistic feel of they've taken like yarn that looks super real.
Yeah, I think they.
But they made it in a way that like makes it look cartoony, and I just love it.
I think they explained in the digital event that they actually, to get a sense to make it look like it was real and authentic, they actually
yarn.
made like these little things to just, and then like design the game after that. So they really put a lot of attention into the detail of how it will look, and it really shows. I mean, just a lot better than Epic Yarn. Like,
Epic Yarn was cool, but like,
and it was stylized, but like, no one ever says like, oh, Epic Yarn had such amazing visuals.
Look at it this way. Kirby's Epic Yarn was like Portal, and then this is gonna be Portal 2. This one's gonna kill it. Not that Kirby's Epic Yarn wasn't good, but this one is gonna kill it.
Not like anyone ever cares about Portal's graphics, but let's move on.
No, the point being that game was the innovator. This one is going to be the one that takes the concept and runs with it. I also want to comment on the gameplay. I like the 2-player mode. I think that's really cool and creative. But
that they put it 2-player? It's the most creative thing anyone's ever done.
No, but the way that they integrated it, and the fact that you can roll your friend up and then throw him.
That's basically how they did it with Epic Yarn. Like that, you were able to do that in Epic Yarn.
I know, but like the way that Yoshi does it, though I am a little bit worried, like the Cloud Eggs or whatever it was, it looks a little bit confusing. Like the people who were playing the game definitely knew what they were doing, and I'm worried that that's it's just the gameplay style looks complicated.
It's a Yoshi's game. It's obviously, you know, got this childish nature. It's not gonna be too complicated.
Alright.
It'll be very easy to figure out. So anyway, next, speaking of Kirby, they announced a Kirby game, Kirby's Rainbow Curse. Which, have you ever played Canvas Curse on the DS?
Canvas Curse was my first Kirby game.
Really?
That I actually, like, owned and played. Like, literally, I remember to this day, just like, my friend just, like, their DS broke, and it's like, my parents were getting, like, a phone call. I was like, hey, you want Kirby Canvas Curse? I didn't even let them finish, I just heard Kirby, and I was like, yes! Yes, I want it! And then I played it, and then I was like, what is this?
Did you like it?
I think I played it because it was Kirby, and I think I semi-hated it at the time, but looking back on it, I really liked it, and I 100% did it.
I did not like it. I don't have too much of a problem with it, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the gameplay, I didn't like how it worked. And the concept, you know, was kind of cool, but I don't know. I didn't like Canvas Curse, and I know a lot of people did like Canvas Curse, but and a lot of people are excited for this, but I didn't. And so I'm not excited for it, so yeah.
Yeah. But like, I think the Wii U pad could make it good. It depends on how they do it.
I definitely like the art style. Anything, just with this like this year, a lot of weird art styles that look really cool.
Yeah.
Like, and this one with the claymation, like that looks cool. They even made a pun, like when you'd finish an E3 demo, it'd say thanks for claying.
Oh my god,
I know, it's so stupid. But yeah.
I would comment on like who's the villain and what's the story, but it's a Kirby game, so nobody cares.
So yeah. I'm not looking
Speaking of interesting art styles, time for the thing that I'm actually probably the most excited about. We had a little discussion before we went into the actual E3 about new IPs. Splatoon. It's brand new, and I loved it. I loved it as soon as I saw it, and I was like, this is what we've been waiting for. Like this is something that Nintendo's never done before, and I feel like they did a good job with it. Like, as soon as I saw it, my first thought was TF2 style, and like the cartoony way that it's a shooter. But then it's, and like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, it's like this cartoony style third-person shooter. And it's got like all these abilities, and like the squids make it adorable, and it's just like this was I loved it. I want it.
I like it. I think it looks really cool. And it looks like something that's fun, and it's something I want to play. I just don't think it's enough. I don't think there's enough in it. I don't like when I first saw it.
Well, that's what keeps TF2 people coming back?
I don't know. There's a lot of different
things.
What
keeps Minecraft people coming back?
Just shush and let me speak.
Online servers.
Let me speak. When I first saw this, I compared it to Loadout. You know, Loadout, the game that I played. Like, it's third-person shooter. They kind of have like a similar art style, maybe not. Whatever. And the thing with Loadout is, all it was online gun battles. You know, shoot people. Different game modes, whatever. And customize whatever. It was all just to have, you know, online fun. But the thing about that, it was free. Because there wasn't so much content that anyone would actually pay for it.
I agree.
In this, there's just all we've seen so far, and there might be a lot more to it. All we've seen so far is this one game mode where it's, you know, claim the most territory. And, and there's a lot to it. Like, there are different classes and stuff. But if they're gonna sell this on shelves for like $50 or $60,
Oh no.
I don't think anyone's gonna buy it.
This looks like more to me
Especially-
like more of a $10-15.
And I also think just the art style, just it gives off such like a kid vibe that since it is a shooter and people are gonna see like shooter, like, and then they're gonna see kitty and paintball, they're just gonna say, oh, it's one of those, you know, kid games that were created by Leapfrog for kids to play and
I'd
learn.
also like to point out that Extreme Paint Brawl is also one of the lowest rated games on IGN and other games everywhere, and like other game rating sites everywhere. So Extreme Paint Brawl, look it up if you don't believe me.
Terrible.
Beware Nintendo,
But-
beware.
Yeah, but I mean, Splatoon does look really, really fun, and that's why it's a shame that I don't know if it's just me, but I just don't think it's gonna do well, and people are gonna be interested in it. Because, you know, all the people that have been gushing over it so far are just people who like Nintendo and like Nintendo things. And if you're trying to attract a market, then, you know, I don't think it's gonna do great.
Well,
it
I
might
agree,
do
but,
well, it might with the kids, because, I don't know.
Like, I'm not necessarily a critical person, so I guess it's not really in my nature to see the fault in things, but I do see some opportunity there, some potential. I think that they could make that work with, like, some kind of single-player mode that, like, actually makes you want to buy the game for that, and not just, like, online multiplayer. Like, if they put some sort of single-player mode in there that, like, actually was engaging, which I can't see them actually doing,
I
but
want
if
them
they do...
to put different, like, game modes, because we've seen
Oh,
the
yeah.
claimed territory. We could have other things, like, you know, the easy option is a team deathmatch, because
Or capture
you
the
can
flag.
kill people. Yeah, capture the flag would be awesome. But, and obviously you would keep the focus on capture territory, because that's, like, what your main focus is. But there is a lot more you should do if you want this game to sell, because I like it, I want to play it, but I am not buying it for $50 or $60
It's
if
not
that's all
Nintendo.
we're getting so far.
It's not Nintendo's genre, so, like, Nintendo, you gotta
Well-
forge a name for yourself in the shooter
Well,
genre.
Kid Icarus was a
Metroid
shooter.
and Samus are... Metroid and Samus. Metroid and Kid Icarus are as far as you've ever gone.
But Kid Icarus is really good.
But, like,
And
online
Metroid
multiplayer...
Prime is really good.
Online multiplayer shooting. It's not Nintendo's thing. So, let's see how they go.
Yeah. And Kid Icarus itself was really gimmicky because you had all the different types of weapons. So yeah, this is completely new for Nintendo, and they really need to put more into this if they want it to work. And next, another big thing
That everyone wanted.
and everyone really Zelda.
Legend
Oh,
of Zelda.
Wii U.
Legend of Zelda!
We got a lot less than we were expecting, but okay, shush. We got we got less than we were expecting, but we did get some information, and seeing what information we got, it makes sense that we didn't get that much. And we got the 2015.
By the way, we're talking about the actual one, not the Hyrule Warriors one. We'll get to
yeah,
that.
we got the 2015 release date that we expected, and it's good. You know,
So the main
it's
question-
probably gonna get pushed back.
The main question
I don't
people
wanna
are
say that,
asking
but-
is, who the hell is that? Because people have been looking at it and it's like, it looks like
You
a
mean
girl.
The Link?
Yeah, it looks like a girl.
The ponytail
It looks-
in the little
Yeah,
face.
it looks like a girl. And though people asked, is Link a girl? And people said, and what the response was Link is a boy. They didn't say who was on the pony, but they said Link is a boy.
No, that's Link.
How do we know this?
That's definitely Link.
So another theory that people were throwing out is this a direct sequel to Skyward Sword, in which this is their child?
They had a daughter. I don't know. No.
Well, how do you expect them to goddamn repopulate?
I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. In fact, I think it would be kind of cool if they had a girl.
Oh, I want there to be a girl. Like, I saw Hyrule Warriors, and I was like, please make that a girl.
Really?
I was like, because that would be a cool way for them to break the format.
Yeah. But there
And
seems
what-
to be a lot of breaking format with this one, because they're going back to like roots with the original, how there's just a big open world and you could explore however you want, do dungeons and enter areas however you want, and
We're talking about the new one.
Yeah,
not,
the new one.
Not, not Link Between Worlds.
No, Link Between Worlds did the dungeons in any order, but
This is what you're describing.
yeah, no. So they tested the waters with Link Between Worlds, and now they're going like full out with this one, and they're doing a huge world. Like, Oh my, it's massive because
How do you know?
Because the guy said like, oh, you could touch those mountains all the way in the distance, and that was in-game footage. Like that was using the game's engine.
All right. Well,
So
I thought
it's gotta
that
be
the
this
arrows looked really
giant
cool.
world. Oh, the arrows.
Yeah.
And it's this weird thing. The art style looks really cool. It looks
I'd also like to point out more connection between that one and Skyward Sword. The technology, it looked like those robots. The robots in Skyward Sword. So I'm just throwing that out there, just gonna toss my seeds into the wind and hope that they sprout somewhere.
I like the Renaissance painting art style.
Yeah,
that's
that
going
looked
on.
cool.
I remember seeing a picture of like a Renaissance painting, and someone said they should make a Disney movie with this art style, and I just was like, yes, they should do that. And now they're doing it with Zelda, and I'm like, yeah, that's even cooler.
Once again, you're sure you're not talking about Link Between Worlds? You got your
Between Worlds.
paintings, you've got your...
Yeah, but that wasn't a
your open
Renaissance
world,
art
your
style. I'm talking art style now.
expansive world. You're talking
And-
about Link Between Worlds. Go
and-
back and play it again.
And they have
Jeez.
bomb arrows, like confirmed bomb arrows. Everyone loved those things, and even the electric boobaloo arrow.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, so it looked
Where's that
really
from?
cool.
That's from somewhere. Okay, whatever.
I know where that's from, but God, it looks great, and I wish we could have seen more and whatever. And there's so much detail just in it, and I believe it's using the game engine. I think I heard that.
I should hope that either they are or they're using, or when they actually make the game, they're using something better. But whatever. Moving on from there, Hyrule Warriors. We got a ton of information about that, especially like before E3. We got a bunch of information too.
So starting off, I've never had any interest in Dynasty Warriors. Like I've seen it before, and I was just like, this looks bland and boring.
And I've never had any interest in playing as Legend of Zelda in a game where you mass murder enemies and demons. But hey, apparently that's a thing.
Yeah, just going with Dynasty Warriors, like, it was all these, samurais or whatever, all these characters all looked exactly the same, played differently, but, you couldn't ever go too wild, because those were realistic characters. They had to do realistic things, and, like, all the enemies you fought were just, like, other human beings, and I don't know, and the gameplay just looked boring, just, like, beat up things until you reach a thing. But
beat 'em up is like the most basic format of gaming. Like,
but
when people like, you take your 5-year-old out to the store and you buy that SpongeBob game or that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, they're generally like beat 'em ups at the heart. Like, they're 3D, like, not to be mistaken, but they're generally put SpongeBob in an area, put enemies around him, give him a mash attack button attack. Like, that's what you do. That's like that's how it works.
I don't know if it might just be the Zelda skin, but this just looks so much better, and I just love it. And you've got all these characters that everyone knows, and you could fight as them. You could play as Zelda, and she has a sword, and you could play as Midna, and she rides on a wolf and uses her hand. Why?
Why Midna?
Why Midna? They're gonna put so many more characters in, so we can see.
Like, if they don't put anybody but Midna in, like, if this is just like if Midna's just there because she's Midna, and then I will be disappointed. But if they just put them in because they're like, oh, we want to include all these characters from games because they make absolutely no sense. Like, if Midna's the only character whose presence makes no sense, I don't like it. But if they're saying we're gonna make no sense and we're not gonna care about it, then I'm like, okay, fine.
I think Midna's presence might make sense. Like, there might be a story to it, but I don't.
Why does she look like Midna?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah,
Twilight Princess.
But there was the screenshot released a while ago of like Skyloft falling from the sky in from a portal. So, and there's gonna be like some things about time and space. So maybe all these characters.
Wait, what was that about Skyloft falling?
Oh yeah, there's a screenshot that shows like a portal and Skyloft coming out of it down into the world.
What?
Yeah, I know. I like that screenshot too. So I think what it might be is like there's this time-space paradox, and all these characters are getting pulled from this paradox into this Hyrule Warriors world, and that's why you could play as them in this game. And so I think that's maybe why Midna's here. And if so, we could see so many other cool characters like Tetra, Skull Kid. I want to play as the King of Red Lions. Just the boat. Heck, the dancing mailbox from that game. Let's get that in. The weird statues that if you placed a bomb next to them, they'd become a rocket and fly away from Ocarina of Time. Let's get those in too.
Alright, well, whatever you want, German.
And the gameplay just looks awesome. Like, there's the control point gimmick from from Dynasty Warriors that looks like cool. There's the bosses like Arbrock the dragon, or Wizro the wizard thing. That there's a lot of things, and the character design looks awesome. Like,
Well,
I know there's been controversy with Shia, but I
yeah.
think she looks really cool.
I think
And
that
I love her character design.
like Dynasty Warriors do tone it down a bit. I'm not saying it because, like, generally I'm not opposed to these things, but you're also like on Nintendo grounds now, so like don't attach that stigma
It's
to
Legend of Zelda.
universe.
It's gonna get the E10 plus rating anyway.
It will, but like just be careful how far you go with it. So with that
It looks
out of
really
the way,
fun.
Hyrule Warriors is done.
And
Now on to
I
one
want to
of the more,
play it.
Yeah, so now on to one of the more interesting and unexpected things that we have.
Mario Maker,
What the heck?
which was actually leaked like a day or two before, and I saw it.
Oh well.
Which Mario Maker, it looks cool. I like it, and I'm going to buy it. Like, I'm not gonna be so super happy. Like, oh man, I can't wait for Mario Maker tomorrow.
Well, here's
but
the
I'm
thing.
gonna be like, yeah, I have Mario Maker. I'll
When I
play
thought
people's
when I
Mario
saw that,
levels.
the first thing I thought of was Mario vs. Donkey Kong 3, I think it was. I played March,
There were, I
March
think
of the Minis.
that
or
was,
whatever
I
it
think, the second one.
No, I don't know if it was March of the Minis or Minis March Again or whichever one it was.
March of the Minis. It was the one on the DS because I played it too, and it had a level customization
Exactly what I'm referring to.
mode. And I
It's
think
like,
the new one on the 3DS also had one. Aren't they making one on the Wii U?
yeah,
That we just saw. We didn't put that on the list, but I didn't see anything about it, and I don't really care about it. So
yeah,
whatever.
they're but like what?
That's our
the reason
opinion
I
on
bring it
Mario
up
vs. Donkey Kong.
is because I liked it. Well, I like that game, but I like the customization option. I like the customization option, but I felt like there was so much, like, there was potential there, but nobody, like, there was no community for it. Like, there was no, hey, try out my level, there's this difficulty, and there's that difficulty, and it's like, I made levels, I tried them, but then I got bored of that fast, and, like, there needs to be some incentive to keep making levels, or else you're gonna lose that interest fast.
Yeah.
So, like, make an online
I think
community
this is
for
gonna
that.
be I think this is probably gonna be a cheap game, like not gonna reach the $50, because it's basically just, it's not even like
$50, I'd be surprised to see it.
No,
hit
I say
10.
it's not gonna be $50.
I know. Like, why are you shooting in that range? I'd say $5, possibly.
I'm surprised this isn't like an eShop title. Like, I get maybe they wanted to make it a full retail title so that more people see it and buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I'm excited. I like how it's got a lot of Mario Paint elements. Like, there's that dog and there's the fly you could swat, and they're doing a lot of like funny little jokes that you could do in the menus. And I like how you could switch between retro and the newest one, Mario Bros. U. And I think they might even throw in some more art styles. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like some Super Mario World style. Like, cause all it would be is another skin, because they already have, you know. You would basically just be putting another skin on the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more, you know, art styles of game representations.
So on the topic of games that you didn't expect us to talk about, there's a new Assassin's Creed, and I basically dragged Jeremy into talking about this one because neither of us have ever played an Assassin's Creed game.
This is gonna be the only non-Nintendo thing here today, folks.
Yeah, sorry. But we did talk about third-party support, and they are Ubisoft, the only company still willing to even half deal with Nintendo. And I say half willing because Rayman Legends was delayed by 8 months so they could make versions for other things and not make it a Wii U exclusive. So they're on shaky ground as it is. But yeah, I would have. Here's the thing: I would have bought that game if it had come out when I had planned it to. But then they delayed it by 8 months. I didn't have the money at the time, and I was like, okay, I'm not buying it. Sorry, Ubisoft, you lost my vote.
I'm still not sure how the extra player thing works on the other consoles, like how it, you know, you would use the gamepad for Wii U, but whatever.
Well, you can only have 4 people on it one time. Three characters, and one of them's Murphy. But Assassin's Creed Unity, let me tell you, I don't know if you noticed by the fact that I have an entire Pokemon episode devoted to China's history as a communist nation, but I like history. Especially the messed up parts of history. By the way, new favorite historical figure, Charles Guiteau. Look him up. Man who killed Grover Cleveland. That guy was an absolute nut job.
I like the guy who killed Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. like seriously, I heard this the other day. Make it a trend. Hitler was a saint for killing Hitler.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, Assassin's Creed Unity takes place during the French Revolution, Oh god, that trailer, I loved it. The music was perfect, the killing was perfect, and I'm not an Assassin's Creed person, but it was perfect because French Revolution, yes! Please tell me they work for Robespierre. That guy killed so many people.
I think they're gonna work on the good. Well, there
They
wasn't
worked-
really a good guy side in the French Revolution.
Nah, there wasn't.
So I don't know how they're gonna work a story into that.
But I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think that it's a really interesting concept, and I know that they've traveled throughout history with the Assassin's Creed thing, but like this is like the first time I actually feel like they have the chance to draw from like a lot of real historical influences. Because like the American Revolution had its sources, but there aren't so many things that people like remember about it because. I mean, like, the American Revolution was, and I don't even mean to, like, get into this too heavily, but the American Revolution just...
From the history.
I don't want to get too far into it, but the American Revolution just kind of, like, happened, and then we were like, alright, we're kind of a nation, but then we're not, but then we're kind of one, then Britain has the War of 1812, blah, blah, blah. The French Revolution was just, like, downright the most bloody event Europe really ever went through before World War II, or World War I, really, but... Like, it's just such an interesting time period in France's history, and such a cool place to make an Assassin's Creed game. And, like, they have so much to pull from. I just love all the ideas that are going into that. The art style looks almost too realistic. Like,
Oh yeah.
Down to the, guy,
I
down
put
to
it
the
at-
weird guy's moles on his face. Like, his
Yeah.
vampire bite moles on his cheek. I don't know
Maybe
what
it's
that
me
is.
coming off of loving games with the art styles such as Wind Waker, but
And Woolly World.
well, I mean, Woolly World. You know, I like it, but I'm not gonna say it's the best thing I've ever seen. But maybe I just think it's a little too realistic. Like, I don't want to.
Like, I don't want to see all that
I want
blood.
to separate myself from the game.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy who's getting his neck sliced off.
Anyway, back to Nintendo. Pokemon.
Pokemon had a bunch of releases separately. So you've
Yeah,
probably all...
they did their own thing with the announcements.
Yeah, Pokemon
Like
was
they
out on
had,
their own.
like they had their like big announcements like right before E3 through Korokora, which I guess was a leak, but I don't know, scans or whatever. How that works. So, and then they in the trailer they revealed basically what that revealed, and then they had like Sableye separate.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
A Deoncel
Well,
trailer.
Sableye was last, so I'll talk about that last. First of all, new Mega Evolutions, they're like, oh, look, Mega Swampert, Blaziken, and Grovyle. I'm like, you already did Blaziken. Stop ranting about it. It's not special anymore.
They're probably gonna do a Blaziken Ruby, Blaziken Sapphire like they did with
Oh, no.
Charizard.
I'm not, like, I won't let that happen. I will storm Nintendo headquarters. You are not making Blaziken any more overpowered than it goddamn is. I love Blaziken with all my heart. It was my first level 100 Pokemon legit, but you are not making two Blazikens. It doesn't need more power. It already kills Arceus.
I like Swampert, but everyone's gonna go with Sceptile.
I'm going with Swampert.
He's got part Dragon type this time. That's great.
That is awesome.
I've never used Sceptile or Trico, so I think I might pick him this time.
Though I gotta say,
Because, like, I have the weird glitched out level 100 Swampert in my Sapphire, which is a great story. And then I have my Blaziken, and I love my Blaziken. But then I just don't have a Trico. I do have a Trico, I just don't use it.
I'd like to point out that this is the generation where they decide to Mega Evolve things into Dragon types. We've got Ampharos, we've got Charizard X, we've got now Grovyle, and I'd like to point out this is the generation where we add something to counter dragons. Great time to introduce things that you're supposed to make them more powerful when you give them a new weakness. Why? I don't know, but they did it.
Yeah. And then, Primal...
Also, Sceptile's ability is Lightning Rod, which it's 4 times resistant to electricity. Yeah. So that's
pretty
awesome.
good. And then there's like Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. Keep saying Dialga, because
whatever. Because Primal Dialga, that's a thing.
Because everyone loves Primal, and even now that I think about it, the Primal Dialga.
So can we make that a Primal form? Primal Dialga?
No, but the if we remember how he looked, it kind of looks similar to how Kyogre and Groudon are getting, like that orangey glow. I think we might see Primal Dialga make a main series appearance in this game.
Though it might be primordial. I think that's the terminology.
I think they are calling it Primal.
I don't know if they want to avoid stepping on Mystery Grounds' area. Mystery Dungeons grounds.
I don't know. I think it would be cool to finally have Primal Dialga in a main series. And he looked awesome.
But the last thing we're going to talk about in terms of Pokemon, because they had a bunch of cool things going on, but nothing that we didn't really expect, except, of course, the most important thing of all, Mac Bike and Acro Bike. Back in action.
Wait, you actually cared about those things?
Oh yeah, high five me. Yeah. I high fived myself, by the way. That wasn't Jeremy.
But my ears.
Mach Bike, Acro Bike. Hell yeah! You get to hop around. Isn't this the most exciting thing?
I can't believe you're actually happy about this.
I'm joking. I really don't care. But
yeah, I never liked the I don't know, the idea of having these two different bikes, because then
I'm impressed that they thought this was head news to be like, yeah, we're bringing them back. But this is not headline news.
Yeah. So, but you also wanted to talk about
Sableye specifically.
Yeah, for whatever reason they announced Mega Sableye, which who cares about Sableye?
I do. Sableye was like a fan favorite. Sableye was the Pokemon to make a Mega Evolution for.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if they were
he really needed it because his stats were terrible.
No, Sableye's always been a good Pokemon.
He was the first Pokemon to not have a weakness, but now he does have a weakness.
But he's always been teetering on the edge of greatness, especially 5th gen. He was a great wall with Prankster and stuff, but then 6th gen gave him a weakness, so now he's got a way to counterbalance that. Here's my theory for what we've seen so far. Sableye, in Mega form,
in normal form, he usually has blue eyes. We should point that out.
Yeah, in his Mega form, his eyes are red, and he's holding a red gem. And his Pokemon, his description describes him as an incredibly defensive Pokemon. He uses his gem for defensive purposes. So my thinking is, what if this is his Ruby version? X and Y Mega Evolutions. What if this is his Ruby Mega Evolution Stone? And in the Sapphire version, he's got some spiked tip, and he's offensive, and it's like a spear, and he's like, I'm gonna kill ya, yeah!
And it makes sense for them to introduce Sableye so suddenly and
if they're gonna do something like that.
If they're gonna do something like that.
In fact, who knows? Before we put up this video, they might already announce it.
Yeah, because that's what they did with Mewtwo, where they showed off Mega Mewtwo Y, and for a while everyone's like, yeah, that's Mega Mewtwo, but then they showed off Mega Mewtwo X, and they're like, oh, I like the old one better.
Yeah. Eggplant Toes just can't be beat, But I'd also like to point out, just as one final topic to discuss on Pokemon, just something I want to throw out there. Pokemon Company has also recently they've copyrighted the term Delta Emerald.
Oh yeah.
So keep that in mind. I'd be like,
them to release the Delta Emerald remake.
I don't want them to release it either. Then I have to pay for it. Jeez.
Yeah.
Then I have to love one more game.
And if they put it out at the same time as Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which they probably won't, but if they do, everyone's gonna buy that one, and no one's gonna buy Sapphire Ruby.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They've never done a remake for the 3rd version before, because they've never had a 3rd version to remake. But then again, Pokemon constantly breaks with the format. Every time you think you guessed their pattern.
They never made a remake of Yellow or Crystal.
Every time you expected Hoenn remakes in 5th gen, they didn't do it. In 3rd gen, their remake came before Emerald did. But then in 4th gen, their remake came after Platinum. You really can't guess with Pokemon. They really make it up as they go along. I've looked at this, their formats make absolutely no sense. They just make it up, so don't even try to predict them in terms of what games will come out at what time. It really doesn't make any sense. So past that, we're moving on to...
We have Sakurai's newest projects. He's been talking a while about how he really wants to make games that really utilize the Wii U gamepad. And so we got 3 games that he's working on. There's Project Guard, Project Robot, which we're going to talk about these 2 before this 3rd one. And the 3rd one, I believe he's working on, I'm pretty sure, 90%. The big one, we're getting a new Star Fox.
Star Fox Adventures 5.
No, it's what? That was what happened
Hashtag make it happen.
No one even likes Star Fox Adventures.
Star Fox Avengers.
Great.
It's a crossover.
Yeah. Hawkeye. Get Hawkeye in there.
God damn it, why is this the only time you've ever made a Marvel crossover? Movie makers, get on that.
Marvel vs. Capcom. They had 3 of those.
Oh, yeah. How'd I forget that?
Whatever. So first, Project Guard and Project Giant Robot.
Movie makers, seriously, get on that. Marvel crossover. Please! You really are idiots for that.
Okay, shut up. I don't know what to think of Project Guard and Project Robot. Like, Guard looks like a pretty, like, neat idea for a tower defense. Which I've never really been into tower defense games. The only one I ever really, like, got into was Bloons. Bloons tower defense. I don't know why. My whole, like, bunk at camp really got into that one. But otherwise, I really haven't. And, Giant Robot looks really fun, but I don't see, like, how you could make a really full game out of that. Because you can't do it locally, because not everyone has a gamepad. So you could only really play online if you want to do multiplayer.
Or dual pads, you know? That thing that you said you could do, but then haven't done
Or, you know...
in 3 years.
Did they say they could do that?
Yeah, they said they can put 2 Wii U pads on the same Wii U, but they haven't done anything to support it.
Whatever. What do you think of these projects? I don't think that's their full name yet.
Please, more new IPs. I'm a sucker for, like, new creative content.
Yeah, I am too. And these things definitely look really cool. And I think these work better if you maybe even combine them. Because right now, I know they're probably in, like, early stages, but right now they don't look like they're full game materials.
That's what Steve Jobs did. He combined ideas. Like, he walked out on stage at one of, like, the Apple press conferences, like the conferences like they have at E3, and he said, this year we're releasing 3 revolutionary ideas. We're gonna make an awesome phone, an awesome iPad, and an awesome computer, something else, I don't even remember. And he said, the catch is, they're all one product. It's the iPhone. And that's how he released the iPhone. And so, like, take these ideas and be like, we're making an awesome this and awesome that, and guess what? They're the same thing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be amazing.
But they've done...
Guess what? We're making an awesome Spider-Man movie. We're making an awesome Avengers movie. Guess what? They're one and the same, and your prayers have been answered, except they haven't. You goddamn... Just freaking fix it!
Stop.
Fix it!
They've done things like that before. Like, I mean, just look back at the Wii. Wii Sports, Wii Party. Not Wii Party.
We did not
Play.
party because
We
we
Play.
did not buy it.
It was Wii Play. Wii Place and Wii Sports, they're a collection of mini games. They sold incredibly well. Like, Wii Play was like one of the
Because
third...
people loved Wii Sports when they got it, and people had no idea what to do next, and Wii Play was the only thing there.
Yeah, so, these, like, a collection of mini games like WarioWare, is really fun, but these are big games. So it's big mini games, basically. Like, really thought out mini games. And if you combine them together, I think it would work well. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to see a lot more from these projects.
But moving off of that topic, of course, mainstream Mario. We got Mario Party 10.
We didn't do Star Fox.
What do you want to do with Star Fox?
Dude,
It's a Star
we're
Fox.
getting a Star Fox.
Well, yeah, I'm excited.
You didn't see the actual digital event, but they had these like claymation sections that were really funny, and there was this E3 goer, and he was basically playing the role of the typical E3 goer, and he kept interrupting the event.
When do we get a new Star Fox game?
Yeah, yeah, like at one point he was like,
Really?
"Bring Mother 3 to US," and. And at another point, he was like, but what about Star Fox? And, like, Reggie just took out a fire flower and burned him.
Yes!
But then we got Star Fox.
Yes!
Dude, you really need to see, like, the little
God.
claymation sections. Like, they had this one where it's, like, Bowser and Peach, like, came together and there's, like, one donut left. And Bowser's like, yeah, I'm sorry for kidnapping you all those times. So can I have that donut? Can I have the list? And then Peach just takes it and eats it.
That's our
And
Peach.
like Fox is like, hey, Little Mac, do you ever take those gloves off? And he's like, no. And he like grabs coffee with them on. He's like, and just spills it all over himself. It was really funny.
God. Alright,
Yeah.
so you done?
Yeah.
Mario Party 10.
No, it's still Star Fox, man. Yeah.
God damn it!
I know. I didn't really like that much Star Fox 64. Unpopular opinion. I know. I played it on the 3DS. I couldn't get that into it. I only bought it because I found it used for $5.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. And but I want to play a Star Fox. I don't know. I feel like they could really do something better with it, especially with this gamepad, because Sakurai's working on it, and he's already not Sakurai, Miyamoto's working on it, and he said he really wants to integrate the gamepad into a lot of games, so he's gonna do something really cool with it.
Mario Party 10.
Yeah, okay. Mario Party 10. Awesome. Oh my god. I remember I've been so excited for this Mario Party announcement ever since the gamepad, or the Wii U was, released. I was like, okay, I don't know what they're gonna do with Mario Party, but I know it's gonna be awesome. And I'm happy. I'm happy with what they've done.
I'm satisfied, but I'm not impressed. I'm like, there's nothing really that I like that blew me out of the water, but whatever.
But remember, when we first saw Mario Party 9, we were like, this concept looks stupid. But then we've loved Mario Party 9, and
yeah.
I think there are a lot of people who don't like it, and I think most of the people who don't like it just haven't played it enough, because it really is a great game.
That was a really, the concept of it was really cool.
They're still keeping the car thing, but adding in this 5th player Bowser idea.
That I like.
I think that really works. Like, you have this one character on the gamepad just messing with the other characters, and it's like there's the internal competition between the 4 characters, but then there's also this competition between Bowser and the 4 characters.
Yeah.
And I think it really works, and I'm really excited to play it. And oh my god, the mini games look cool. Like, just what they can do with this 5th player concept just looks great.
I agree completely with that. Moving on from Mario Party 10, Jeremy, you want to take it away?
This is something Alex actually knows nothing about, because it was announced yesterday and they didn't even give it a proper trailer, but it's codenamed Steam for the 3DS. It was the unannounced 3DS game that got its own press conference, and it's
Jeremy, steam is water when you melt it.
Okay. And codename Steam, by the way, is the actual title. Rainbow Curse isn't the known
Codename
title.
Kids Next Door.
I don't really. Ugh, it's like a strategy game. You really need to see it, Alex, to know what it is. It's like a turn-based strategy game with people and.
So like every RPG.
No, but there are grenades, and it's the 3D, and you move your characters around, and then you attack, or you tell them to Overwatch. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know that much about it because I didn't look too much into it because I saw it.
Jeremy, has anyone ever told you how ugly you are?
Thanks, Alex. I saw it at Treehouse Live, and I actually fell asleep during it, and then I woke up.
Good.
I woke up and was like, "Ooh, Smash Brothers!" They started playing Smash Brothers. Killager.
What? Oh, okay.
Hashtag Killager.
Woo! All right. So finally, we've come to the end.
No. There's one thing we forgot to put on here,
What?
and it was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
I haven't seen that much about it.
You haven't seen it?
But I know.
I'm
Captain
actually
Toad
really
was.
happy about this.
I know people love Captain Toad.
I even remember playing, Mario 3D World and playing
It wasn't
those
that long ago.
Yeah, and playing those Captain Toad levels, and I was like, these levels are awesome, and I was super excited every time I'd get to a new level, and I was like, they should make a full game out of this.
I never thought that much. I thought it was cool, but I didn't think it was its own game-worthy, unless they add something to make it cool.
I originally thought eShop, and maybe I just think eShop with everything.
Well, maybe something
but
small
now that
size.
I'm seeing it's getting its full game, and it looks like they're doing a lot more with it. You'll have the small packed levels, but there are a lot of gimmicks and things they're throwing in. Like that scene with the minecart, and he was throwing turnips. And that's even a Mario 2 reference there. And there's gonna be boss fights. This looks great. I can't wait for it. I really want to play it.
Alright, so we're coming to the end of our discussion. And so basically the last topic I have on my list of things is the state of the Wii U. So how do you think they're standing right now?
Well, this E3 was basically all Wii U. How many 3DS things do we even have on this list?
It was 3DS version of Smash Bros.
Yeah, which God, I know a lot of people who so far do not own a 3DS or a Wii U, and whenever I talk Smash Bros. With them, they're always like,
gotta get
it. No, they're always like, yeah, of course I'm gonna get it, but I think I'm gonna get the 3DS version, because, I don't know, cheaper, it's coming out first, it's got Smash Bros.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
So, I really think if, Wii U's definitely, Smash Bros. Wii U is definitely gonna be a big seller for the Wii U, and it's gonna sell a good amount of Wii U's. But I think they really need to put a lot more into it, and to get more people to buy these Wii U's, and they're gonna have to put even a lot more games in, because I know a lot of people who are like, I'm gonna buy the 3DS just for Smash Brothers, but I'm not gonna buy the Wii U just for Smash Brothers. So they need to put a lot. Star Fox U, that's definitely a step in the right direction.
But in terms of 3DS games, also there's Pokemon, there's whatever
there's
the Project
Steam
is.
but like that's it.
That's it. That's all we got.
That's really it for what we got from the 3DS. At least that all I can remember off my head. And I don't think like Captain Toad's attracting anyone that hasn't played 3D World or has known it, which it should. My God.
Because you
don't know how cool an idea Mario without jumping is until you've actually played it.
All right, so we've been here for an hour now plus.
Yeah.
So I want to say my opinion is, Nintendo, you done good. But my prediction on Wii U 2.0, even though it was extremely strange, it was wrong, and I guess I expect that much. But Nintendo, seriously, same thing that Jeremy said. That Wii U, you need to move products, and your games alone aren't gonna do that. You need to prompt people, like, poke them with a stick, so that once they already own the system, they're like, well, I might as well buy Yoshi's Woolly World. It looks good, it's gotten good reviews, and I own the system. Because if they don't own the system, they're not gonna go out of their way to buy the system for the game.
I forgot Zelda, but that's 2015, so
that's too far away. So
Hyrule Warriors,
my personal opinion,
combine those Smash Brothers Hyrule Warriors and might attract. We
that's
forgot Bayonetta.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Just like the point is, package deals. That's like where I'm saying this is where you gotta move product. Package deals with Smash Bros. Package deals with Hyrule Warriors, Kirby's Rainbow Curse, Splatoon, if that's what the system is on. I guess it is.
It is on Wii U.
I honestly don't even know that much. The actual Zelda game's coming out too late for that, but Assassin's Creed, I don't know when that's coming out. But whatever you have ready, put them together in, like, 2-for-1 deals. Like, not 2-for-1, but, like, if you buy 2 games and a Wii U, we'll give you a 3rd game free, or whatever it is. Like, we'll give you points on Nintendo eShop. Like package deals. That's how you're gonna get the people to actually buy the system.
I think what they need to do if they really want some good third-party support is do what they're doing with Hyrule Warriors and, like, teaming up, giving their IP to another developer, having them develop it, and,
third party.
And make a game. Like, remember what you did, having Sega make F-Zero, on the GameCube? Do that again. Heck, you're not making an F-Zero. So, and they've got experience with it. So, I think, and it will get another game to your system. Like, having other developers develop things makes a lot more things, and your teams can focus on what they're doing, you know.
Alright, so we've kept you here for over an hour now if you've been listening this whole way through, which I think we've had some interesting things to talk about.
I recommend listening in 1.5 speed, because that's what I do for discussions.
Alright, so we've
2 if you really don't have that much time.
So we've been keeping you here long enough. So I'd like to thank you all for watching or listening. Both of them, I guess. Listening especially because we talk and you don't see us. This isn't a gaming video. Jeremy is pelvic thrusting in his own chair, which is weird. But I'd like to thank you all for watching this episode.
If you want to see more videos from us
of discussioning,
or gameplay, or being clods,
or apparently making music.
Hey, I had to do it for a school project, and I don't plan on stopping.
All right.
So be sure to hit that subscribe button
because the subscribble button, subscribbling is life.
I guess subscribble is our thing now. It's a thing.
You pronounced it some other way?
I just say subscribe, but you know what? Subscribble, it's a thing now.
That's a weird accent. It's a weird accent. I thought.
I'm sorry, old chap.
I thought we spoke the same language here, but apparently you're a little bit different.
And please show support to us by hitting that like button if you enjoyed the video.
Which you all did. I will tell you right now, you enjoyed it.
If you came this far, you enjoyed it. But if you didn't enjoy it, unfortunately, there's a button for that too.
No, there isn't. Ignore that.
Dude, that's my thing. Okay, you may have subscribble, but I have the unfortunately there's a button.
What do I have with subscribble? What do I have with? I'm serious. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you all for watching, and good night.
Mwah.
Jeremy just kissed you.